Black History Project, we interviewed Fred Conley and Brendan Council, two well-known political leaders in North Omaha community that have served on many different seats in Omaha and Nebraska politics. Conley was a North High graduate in the class of 1966 and received degrees from UNO and Creighton University.
Well, I was involved in student government when I was in high school, and debate, which really I had an interest in presenting various issues. I think debate and speech in high school prepares you for the kind of activity that I later became interested in. Got out of the military and got involved in the League of Women Voter issue and trying to change the method of electing city council members. They had citizens going around with a petition to get it on the ballot, and that proposal would have elected half the city council members by district and would have had some at-large members. I helped in that project with the League of Women Voters. Unfortunately, that got turned down by the voters in the actual vote, but out of that experience, I decided I was interested in running for the city council, and that's how I got initially interested. Well, really, the district-based elections occurred as a result of Senator Ernest Chambers getting a bill passed in the Nebraska legislature, really to mandate that all city council districts in Class A metropolitan cities, which Omaha was the only one at the time, be elected by district. And district means the city is divided up into equal voter percentages, and people are elected from those districts. And so North Omaha is what they consider District 2. I was successful. I was the first African American to be elected to the city council based on his effort in getting the getting the election by district. At large, it was at large prior to that, where you had everybody in the city voted for the top vote getters, and he was responsible for getting it by district, which allowed me to be elected in 1983. Oh, I think common sense kind of things. Always try to be fair to people. Listen to both sides of an issue, controversial issue, or any issue. There's more than one story to be told. Make sure you listen to both sides, and then try to make the best decision possible based on the information that you've been able to gather, both from people who give you oral testimony and the research that you do as a city council person or any elected position. Be transparent, be honest with folk, even if you disagree with them. Be civil. I think of the things that I've learned throughout my life. Well, I think it's important for different ethnic groups to be represented in all spheres of electoral politics, whether it be on the city council, the county board, the state legislature, even representation running for Congress, which I understand we have a person who announced yesterday that he was running for Congress who's an African American. I think it's important not only for African Americans but Hispanics and other ethnic groups to consider serving in electoral positions, both from an appointment standpoint and from an election standpoint. We just recently appointed a new executive director as the head of the Omaha Housing Authority. And I've been on that board probably about 2 years, and also serve on what they call the Papio, Missouri Natural Resources District Board. And that is a board that is responsible for flood control, which you hear a lot about with the flooding of the Missouri River and some of the towns, both in North Dakota, South Dakota. And we're responsible for building dams. We're responsible for a lot of the bike trails that exist throughout the metropolitan area. I think there's a misnomer in this country that you have to have a certain degree, or I think really what you have to have is possesses common sense and the ability to be able to listen to people, whether you agree or disagree with them, to get all points of view involving various issues. And if you have the ability to do that, anyone with just average intelligence can make an input in terms of government. So you don't have to have degrees and all this other thing, just the ability to be fair to people, to listen to both sides, and then to make decisions, even tough decisions. encourage you to get involved in speech and debate in high school and just enjoy meeting people.
Brennan Council was born and raised in Omaha, Nebraska off of 24th Street by her parents. She attended Horace Mann Junior High School and was a 1970 graduate from Central High School. She received a degree in education from the University of Nebraska at Lincoln and decided to go to law school at Creighton University.
And so it really built my confidence to know that people believed enough in me that they would vote me into that office, and I felt this obligation to serve them. So there's no greater thrill than to know that people have that trust and faith in your ability to serve and represent them. Well, I think that that government needs to be reflective of the people it represents, and that if we're going to be a truly inclusive community, we need to have opportunities for everyone's voice to be heard. District elections, for example, were so important. Before district elections, there had never been an African-American person on the Omaha City Council. Before district elections, there had never been an African-American, but it provides an opportunity for the voices of everyone in the community to be heard at the table. And you have to have some knowledge of the perspective and how your policies impact certain segments of the community. If you don't have those people at the table, you really don't know how to fashion the correct policy. So I think it's critical that government be representative of the people that it's to serve. And if you look at what our founding fathers said, it's government of the people, by the people, and for the people. So it should include all the people.
This is more than just things to persuade people to vote for you. It's taking responsibility, making changes for the community, and supporting the people to get involved and make Omaha a great place to be.